Erik, when we spoke before the game, you said you wanted to see a reaction from your players. Did you think you saw them? What were your thoughts on the performance tonight?
We started the game very good, and we dominated them. We scored two good goals, but then we lost control. So the start was good. The middle part was no good, and then we finished very good. And it's a tough place to go. And yeah, we're coming back from a 3-2, and we get the equalizer. So it's good for the spirit. You see again, the team is willing, strong character, but the middle part, yeah, in the defending, we have to improve.
Why did that happen? What happened in the middle part of the game to lose control so quickly?
First of all, be better on the ball, like the first part. Keep switching. Well, we had our free players. We had a good plan, and in the half spaces we had our free players. So use them, and then more goals will come. And the second thing is, obviously we have to defend better.
This team seems to have a habit of conceding goals in bunches. It happened at the weekend. It's happened again tonight. And it's the fourth time in a row in Europe away from home you scored 3 and failed to win the game. Why is that? Is there a mental resilience problem in this team?
So we had 3 clean sheets not so long ago, a time ago, so we can defend very good, but we have to go back to those habits, and only then you can win games. And when you score 3 times in an away game in Europe, that must be enough.
Marcus Rashford had a great first half, scored a fantastic goal, almost added another. Why did he come off at half-time?
We have to rotate. And Garnacho, we didn't start him. He had a great game, not only on Sunday, but I think in the whole season. And so we subbed them. On Sunday we have again another hard game, good game. So we need players to be available and be fit and fresh.
So could Rashford not have played any more minutes tonight?
But we have to play Garnacho. And
is that with an eye on Sunday?
Pardon?
Is that with an eye on Sunday? You sub Rashford to make him play on Sunday?
We go quickly turn around to Villa, and they have a day longer. We have an away game, so we want fresh players on the pitch on Sunday.
So there we have it. Rotation was the answer for Marcus Rashford coming off at half-time. Charlie, your face, I think, explains how you're feeling. What do you think of that answer?
Are you kidding me? A 26-year-old Marcus Rashford, who is finally looking like the player they need him to be, aggressive, cutthroat, efficient, and you sub him off at half because you're thinking about the game on the weekend, not the game at hand, as if your job is not in the line, that you need to send a message to the team to win at Porto. You were down, you were up 2-0, they came back, and you don't want to win the game, you're going to take him off? Your most impactful player?
No,
Get him out. He doesn't know what he's doing.
And if you're Marcus Rashford, do you take that personally, Nigel?
Imagine how he feels.
Of course. That's the thing that people don't understand. When you're a player with what he's been through recently, and he's just finding his form, having a fantastic game, away to Porto on a European night, and then you get taken off a rotation, do you know how angry he's going to be right now?
He's acting like a youth coach who's never coached before.
The distance between him and Erik Ten Hag is going to be even further now.
Imagine, what else does he have to do? He's probably playing the best 45 minutes of the season right there, putting the team on his back. Hey, 2-2. I'm Manchester United through and through. Let me get us beyond this result and get us a win and bring all the momentum back in our favor to then go to Villa at the weekend and prove that I can go full 90 here, full 90 there, and deliver. And Ten Hag's not permitting him to do that?
But this goes to the thing about being a manager. Top managers make tough decisions at times. You have to be strong. There's nothing wrong with keeping Marcus Rashford for another 20, 30 minutes of that half and then taking him off saying you're thinking about Villa. But when you take him off at half-time, with the first half that he's had...
Like he's the issue. And he said, we need to get Garnacho on. What do you mean you need to get Garnacho on? Start Garnacho then with Rashford. What are we doing here? I'm sorry, but if you're a Manchester United supporter, you got to get rid of this guy because he can't coach. There is no consistency with his coaching. There's no method to his madness. How are you going to sub off your most impactful player who needs to get going, whose confidence has been shoddy, who finally looks like over the past couple weeks he's coming to life, and you take him off at half. How is he supposed to get into a rhythm?
I just think there's so many things that he said in that interview there that's a bit alarming for me and worrying. And the fact that you can be Manchester United manager and say you have to be better on the ball. You're at Manchester United. You're one of the top prestige clubs, and you're saying you have to be better on the ball and better defensively.
Isn't that just the basics that you would just expect? That's the basics.
That's something they expect for you to be one of the best at when you get you to Manchester United.
Did that say to you that he's just run out of answers to give the reporter there?
Yeah, it looks like he's tired himself.
Rashford couldn't have been better on the ball. He was 3 for 3 for dribbles, good passing and connecting passes and possession, and that's the guy you took off.
What's your manager been saying to you? What have you been saying to each other as players?
No, I think after every game you analyse and you speak amongst yourselves. The manager spoke, a few members of the staff spoke, and the players spoke as well. So, no, it's pretty normal. I've been in many dressing rooms after the game where everyone has a chat and speaks about what we can do better.
In terms of the game tonight, from 2-0 up, how did that one slip away the way it did?
Well, I think when you get 2-0 away from home in a place like this, you've got to be a little bit more solid and a little bit more secure. There were far too many gaps, too many crosses coming to the box, for sure. I think in that first half there was 5 or 6 dangerous balls coming to the box, and they ultimately punished us for it. And we played really well with the ball in the first half, just really poorly without it, I think.
This team seems to have a habit of conceding goals in bunches. There was 6 minutes between two in the first half. Why do you think that is? Is there a structural issue? Is it a resilience, a mental issue?
No, I think it's more probably of a mental issue. I think it's something that we've got to overcome. I think probably starts with belief. I mean, when we go 2-0 up and then we concede, does the belief go a little bit between the boys that we can go on and win the game here? It's something that we need to be aware of, something that we need to focus on, and really make sure that when we do concede, we get together, we regroup, and we stick together, because that's part and parcel of football, and it's something that we've got to do better.
Why does that keep happening? Because that was something your manager referenced on Sunday as well at Tottenham, where the same kind of thing happened, and he mentioned the belief sort of evaporating after the early goal and then the one right after half-time. Is there something that you need to do on the pitch? Do you need to show more leadership? What is it?
No, maybe you can talk about leadership. I think it's an easy word to throw out. The boys on the pitch have obviously got together. They've got to realise that it's happened far too many times. They've got to realise that every time we concede, it's something that we need to reset and refocus and make sure that we go back to the game plan which got us the lead in the first place. But yeah, it's something that we do need to improve on. It's something that we'll speak about amongst the players. But if we want to be successful this season, we can't be conceding 2 goals in as many minutes as we have done this season.
There's been a lot of talk about your manager's future, that this game and the game on Sunday may be crucial for him to keep his job. Do you as players, do you still believe in him? Do you think you can go further and improve under him?
Yeah, definitely. I think, to be honest, I've played for this club now for 6 years, so I know how it works. And when you go through a bad spell, players come under pressure, but also the manager does. And he's experienced enough, he's been in the game long enough, he's been at this club long enough that I'm sure he's learned how to deal with it. And it's part and parcel of playing for this club or managing this club. And yeah, it's part of the privilege that you have.